Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Before immigrants came to North America from Europe, there were 30 to 60 million bison roaming the continent from northern Canada to Mexico and from eastern Washington to New York. They were integral to the lives of the indigenous tribes living in the northern Great Plains. Please continue watching to find out more.
Ocio. Outstanding viewers. Ocio means hello in Cherokee. I am called Ayoka and I'm a proud vegan bison from the spiritual Cherokee Nation. The animals and people of my land wish you abundant peace, love, and joy. I will be your host for today's program entitled American Bison, Naturally Self-Giving and Resilient. Welcome. The people of Cherokee Nation are very much like you, loving, bright, and honorable. They set aside more than 8,900 beautiful hectares for us to roam and graze freely, enjoying healthy, natural lives. Here, we are very much respected and cherished. There's a strong kinship between the Cherokee people and us that goes back many centuries. They consider us sacred beings, and, as such, we are an essential part of their spirituality. The word bison is unfamiliar to you, perhaps buffalo will ring a bell. Yes, in the United States, the bison is an iconic animal, commonly referred to as the American buffalo. When we are babies, we are called red dogs because of our orange-red fur. As we grow up, the hair turns dark brown. We have distinctive physical features, a huge head with short, curving black horns, a big, muscular shoulder hump, and a shaggy coat. The hair on the front is longer than in the rear. Our hooves are circular and strong. When we run, the dust they kick up makes for a spectacular scene. A mature bull can reach 1.8 meters in height and be from 2.7 to 3.6 meters in length. Cows are normally smaller at 1.5 meters high and from 2.1 to 3 meters long. We bison are the heaviest of all animals living in North, Central, or South America. Males can weigh more than 900 kilograms. In spite of our huge size, bison are quite athletic. We can jump over fences, turn around quickly, and we're strong swimmers. Crossing streams and rivers is a piece of cake for us. Our buoyancy is such that we can keep our head, hump, and tail above the surface of the water at all times. We can run more than 64 kilometers per hour. Try to imagine a herd of us running at top speed. Even 1.5 kilometers away, the sound of our hooves pounding the ground makes you think you are hearing distant thunder. Unfortunately, we do not have good eyesight and can only see a short distance. However, our acute hearing and sharp sense of smell are great compensations. In fact, we can detect the scent of another animal 3 kilometers away. Thanks to our long and thick coat, we bison can survive extreme cold and severe blizzards. When the weather warms up in the spring, we shed some of that insulation and the hair turns a lighter brown. Socially speaking, our herds are organized by sex and age. Maternal herds are composed mostly of mothers and calves. When young males are about 3 years old, they leave the group and either live alone or join a bachelor herd. Within both groups, bison who were born earlier in the breeding season tend to dominate. But if we all need to migrate, it is always a female who takes the lead. In case of imminent danger, the cows will form a defensive circle around the young ones, and our bulls will form a circle around the cows. We have a few quirky habits you may be interested to know about. When we're away from the plains and gathered in more wooded areas, we like to rub our horns against the trees, especially cedars and pines. The aromatic oil from the bark helps to repel insects. Also, we like to roll around in dirt or mud. It's called wallowing. You should try it sometime. It relieves skin irritations from molting and biting insects. It also creates shallow depressions in the ground that serve ecological purposes. The hollows become small pools when it rains, providing drinking water for other animals and suitable places for amphibians and specific vegetation needing a moist habitat. The fur we lose on the ground can be used by birds to make their nests warmer. And the fur that we keep picks up soil and seeds to be transported to other areas. As a matter of fact, many of our activities have a positive impact on the ecosystem. The way that we graze not only provides nesting grounds for our winged friends, but by feeding mostly on grasses and avoiding other plants, we influence biodiversity. Harsh winters, our size and strength enable us to plow through deep snow, creating pathways that other animals can use to reach food. Let's take some time out for a brief intermission and a positive message. We'll be right back, so please stay with us here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show, American Bison, naturally self-giving and resilient on Supreme Master Television. I'm happy to emphasize that everything wonderful about us. Our appearance and abilities is sustained by eating plants. We prefer grasses and herbs, but we also eat weeds, sedges, leaves, lichens, twigs, bark, and leafy plants. We forage for 9 to 11 hours a day and enjoy whatever food is given to us by nature. In winter, if the ground is covered with snow, we brush it away by swinging our heads from side to side so that we can eat. By the way, this helps other animals to find food too. In the days when bison covered the Great Plains and much of North America, we used to roam hundreds of kilometers throughout the seasons looking for food. Before immigrants came to North America from Europe, there were 30 to 60 million bison roaming the continent, from northern Canada to Mexico, and from eastern Washington to New York. They were integral to the lives of the indigenous tribes living on the northern Great Plains. A spiritual connection developed to such an extent that the people appreciated us as their brothers. This relationship was reinforced by ceremonies and dances. In 2014, the then Cherokee Nation principal chief, the Honorable Bill John Baker, expressed it this way: "For most of us, the American bison symbolizes our great country, free, strong, and resilient. Those are the traits we identify in ourselves as Indian people. That's why the bison has always represented something deeply spiritual to our tribal ancestors." Unfortunately, during the 1800s, European settlers pushed westward without regard for the sacred bond between bison and the American Indians. So-called civilization stole our habitat, infected us with diseases from domestic cattle, and hunted us to the brink of extinction. By 1889, there were less than 1,000 bison left in the United States. If a few compassionate individuals had not come forward and worked with tribes, states, and the federal government, I would not be here talking to you today. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, added momentum to the American conservation movement in 1905 when he formed the American Bison Society with zoologist Dr. William Hornaday, who started a successful bison breeding program. By 1913, the American Bison Society was able to donate 14 of us to Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota and re-establish a free-ranging herd. Since then, bison from Wind Cave have helped to repopulate herds in other areas of the United States. In fact, nowadays, bison are living in all 50 states on Native American and private lands, as well as at wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. In the last 50 years, our significance as a species has been officially acknowledged. In 1972, we were named the state mammal of Oklahoma, and on May 9, 2016, the American bison was named the national mammal of the United States. Throughout history, the indigenous tribes of North America have held us in high regard, and it is well known that Native American culture deeply cherishes our planet and nature. I think all humans can learn from this. At this crisis point for the Earth and its inhabitants, I invite you to pray with me that humanity will finally recognize the interconnectedness of all life and learn to duly honor all embodied souls by forsaking war and banning animal products forever. May people understand, once and for all, that they must be loving if they want our world to become a peaceful paradise for all beings. Amiable viewers, it's been wonderful having you with us for our program today. Up next is Spiritual Experiences Strengthen Our Faith, Part 3 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May Father Sky and Mother Earth bless you with peaceful light and love to make the wisest choices.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AW.
برنامه‌های ما شامل زبان‌های بسیاری است. از این وبسایت‌ها دیدن فرمایید: suprememastertv.com/schedule و suprememastertv.com/AW